Oh, of course. We did this little open blocks liquid XP tanks because we kept dying so often. We figured, oh boy, uh-oh. Oh.
As demonstrated.
Welcome to a Mischief of Mice adventure in Feed the Beasts Departed.
Hey everybody, it's Vallen.
And Kashcah.
And we're here just to give you a catch-up on everything that we've been doing. So, you want to show us your area you've been working on a bit?
So I've been doing a couple of things. First thing is I made just a regular old mine. I've got some ore berries going on in here. I don't know why I put them in the dark. At some point I came to the belief that ore berries needed to stay in the dark. They do to some extent, but I think I've just got them in the dark, like too dark for no particular reason. Anyway, so then further down here we have the rest of the mine shaft. We've been digging pretty low to get some sapphires and some of the more rare stuff for Advent of Ascension. So yeah, these are our mines. So that's what I've been working on for one part, and then the other part is I just got started with making an area for witchery. It's one of my favorite mods, so gonna get that going, and that is up on this hill over here. So we've got this little staircase going up here. There's my paper tree there as well, which I made for no apparent reason. So then I've got some witchery crops going on here, and just a little basic kind of house going on here. Like I said, really just starting, so just got the oven and the cauldron going on. And yeah, that's it.
I'll show you some of the stuff that I've been working on. If you notice in my hotbar, I've got some seared glass with lava in it. I've been working mostly on Tinker's Construct stuff, which is in this poor excuse of a house here.
It is very misshapen.
Yes, it's more or less just a giant lump of wood. We made it as it was turning into nightfall when we first got here. We moved, obviously, and we've just... I mean, I didn't build all this myself. Obviously, all of us were just kind of rushedly building a structure, and then we kind of have been organically expanding. This is Kellisto's kitchen area that she's been working on, supplying us with wonderful foods. But before I get too distracted, this is the Tinker's Construct area. I've been putting the spare lava tanks up here on the wall. And then, let's see, didn't need any of that. Okay, but you see here, just have the smeltery set up. Nothing too fancy, but it's very effective. I mean, we've got our casting basin and we've got our casting table both hooked up with hoppers underneath going into chests, so that as soon as things are done, they automatically go out. Then TheZone ended up hooking this up for me. I was having some difficulties at the beginning, as it was just constantly giving a solid signal, and we wanted it to fluctuate because limonite will only pour into ingot casts. It will not pour into casting basins, and that is a very popular ore.
Very prolific.
Prolific, yes. I mean, just to give you an example of what Kashcah has been supplying us with, I mean, look at this chest. This is ridiculous. Look at these stacks. This is sick.
This is me and TheZone mining here. It's pretty crazy.
A little bit of
but
overflow.
That's all limonite.
But essentially, you turn this on and off, and it then continues sending the pulse in a circle, and it will then, as the ingots get ready, which I will show you how it's hooked up. Whoops, on top. There it is.
What the hell?
You see, it actually does like a little circular circuit. So, kind of Christmas lights. And I also ended up doing this. We've got all these holly tops. I've been breeding these out back and mass producing them because these are what you need to create. I don't have any in my inventory, but you need these to create, let's see if there's some in here. Well, essentially holly arrows, which is holly top petals plus limonite ingots, which we needed lots of, and feather. and you would get those. And those are the base arrows for almost all the bows in the entire mod, for the most part. Plus, we made these. I made some limonite bows for everybody, and then some axes, or in Kashcah's case, what is it that you have? The weapon?
What do I have? I have a big fat sword, a big green sword. It is, in fact, a green sword. I don't know, you made it for me. What did you make it out of? Jade? Is it a jade sword? Is that what it is?
Yes.
Okay. It's a sort of killing, sort of stabbing. Stabby stab.
But, I mean, that's pretty much it for the Tinker's Room. I mean, we've got ourselves a tool forge and the rest of the tables back here. But just to give a quick heads up with what Kellisto's been working on, she gave us these wonderful lunch boxes, which when you click it, it contains up to 2 of several different meals. And if anybody's familiar with the Departed mod pack, it has restrictions with the Spice of Life mod. And that is, you can't eat more than like a few meals of the same kind at a time without getting diminishing returns, or even any in that case. But you can actually just shift-click to open it, and then just hold right-click, and you automatically will eat the next one on the list. So you can see that's really handy to have, so you don't have 5 different slots in your inventory. You just have lunchbox. And, oh, of course, we did this little open blocks liquid XP tanks because we kept dying so often. We figured, oh boy, oh.
As demonstrated. I was trying desperately there to save Kellisto's farm, because, and just failed miserably, basically.
But yeah, as Kashcah was elegant enough to demonstrate, we've been dying quite regularly, so we made this tank so that we could try and scrounge as much experience as we could before we ended up dying, because the mobs in this can be a bit aggressive and populated, very, very overpopulated. But did you want to show off well, actually, I'll let you finish.
I'm collecting my gear.
I'll just give a quick...
The shortest corpse run ever, I think.
Well, you can see Kellisto's also been started making a Thaumcraft area, I believe she said she's starting on. Let's see. Oh, that just says fruit.
Yep, that's her Thaumcraft.
I think she's experimenting with different textures on the outside, but that's the beginnings of the building. And, of course, she's made these fantastic gardens out front, which constantly keep getting trounced by mobs, but we'll eventually end up fencing it in once we got something more definitive, I guess. And we've got our string crop for wool and some more fruits and stuff that she just planted down recently. And ooh, looks like we finally got some bubbleberries, thorn plants, and magic meringues. No idea what these do yet. They're Advent of Ascension stuff. You get them from the seeds from traders, but I guess we'll find out. Do you want me to get rid of this corpse for you?
That would be wonderful. Thank you very much.
So those that aren't familiar with the corpse mod, Dr. Cyano's lootable bodies, you hit it with a shovel once, and then you hit it with a shovel twice, and it goes away. Otherwise, you just right-click, and it acts like a treasure chest. Ooh, I'm going to put my armor back on so that I don't meet an untimely end.
These that I'm fighting right now, those were chargers. They are a giant pain in the ass, basically. Yeah, they're one of the many mobs that are running around this world, courtesy of Advent of Ascension. And yeah, I'm sure we will see lots more. Like you can see off in the distance over there, there's a pack of goblins. Another giant pain in the ass. Actually, these guys are more so than the other guys because they have a ranged attack, so...
yeah, and it's an annoying ranged attack too. It's like a fairy wand effect.
They have like no cooldown on their ranged attack.
Oh, yep, there it is.
So they can just like fire that purple stuff at you all day long.
If you've got just a regular melee weapon and you try charging these guys, they've got knockback on their ranged weapons too, so you never end up making it to them. They just end up destroying you.
And not lastly, but also, I don't know why, but it seems like the days are ridiculously short in Advent of Ascension.
Yes, actually, speaking of which,
I know, the sun is already going down, and we barely got through our walkabout.
but we also ended up making sleeping bags for everybody. That's what all
Yay, sleeping
the
bag.
cotton farms were about. Wow, that sun is setting very fast.
Yep.
Jeez, didn't quite make it to the
Because
door.
it's a complete bastard, basically.
Oh boy! All right, donating my experience, and ready to do a quick sleep.
I'm sleeping.
Okay, I'm sleeping.
I'm on the ground outside in my sleeping bag, snooze-lating.
And then, I mean, we've shown what I did. We've shown what Kellisto's been doing. We've shown kind of what Kashcah's been doing. Her and TheZone have both been mining, though I do have to say I think Kashcah's been doing the lion's share of that.
No, I disagree completely. Actually, Zone has been like hardcore mining throughout, but he's also been working on this Britannia area.
He has. He's started the basics of Britannia. There is, as we found out, very little to none as far as tech mods go in Departed. So usually TheZone is all about the tech, so he has decided to go with Britannia for his main mod focus, which it looks like he's got a pretty decent start going here. Oh, I see a Sasquatch. Hoi! And another Sasquatch. Boy, they just keep producing. Oi! There we go. 2 good shots. But yeah, that's pretty much the area we've got right now. Oh, and we also have a trash can right here. You see? Really fancy.
Push you in.
Hey. No. No. And we do have Sojourner's sashes, but we've only just made our first pool of mana, so we don't have enough to carry tablets around with us and run around everywhere yet. We'll be doing that shortly, though, hopefully, because jumping everywhere is killing our hunger bars as well as dying from mob attacks. So we've got the beginnings of a base. I don't know, maybe I'll start focusing on trying to make this giant mass of wood thing that we're calling a kind of the base house a bit more pleasant to look at. Easy on the eyes, I don't know. I'm definitely going to be dabbling in all the mods I can. I know that TheZone has also been focusing a lot on Advent of Ascension stuff. He's made these Ascension Shrine and the Rune Shrine. He made his first wand or staff the other day. And some of the stuff is a bit repetitive. I mean, he was standing there for a good 5 minutes putting runes in, making wind runes, and I actually had to leave this base because the sound was just killing me. I was ready to die, and he was ready to die too. Jump in the...
You know, if you're ready to die, Jade Sword will happily oblige.
Oh, and we got these banners, which we have no idea what they do, but we put them up here for now because we kept running into them. So, yeah, I guess that's about it for the update. We'll see if we can get a little gameplay in with TheZone and Kellisto soon. So, until we see you, here's bye-bye.
Bye.